Hi, happy spring! Welcome to Golden Years. My special guest this month is Drew Hall, and he is from Habitat for Humanity of Medina County. We are going to hear some wonderful updates for our senior population, so come on back.
Hi, I'm Thomas Condosta. I'm an assistant Medina County prosecutor, and I'm director of the Medina County Scam Squad. Our motto is be aware and be wary, and I'm inviting you to call us if you ever think that you may be involved in a scam or you're just not sure. It's so much easier for me to get involved early on than for you to lose your money and we have to try to trace it. We've been very successful in doing that, but again, I'd much rather you think before you clicked on something, think before you answer any questions over the phone. And again, if you're not quite sure, give me a call. Phone number is 1-877-SCAM-550 or 1-877-722-6550. That call will go to the Medina County Prosecutor's Office and then go directly to me. So you'll be talking to me, and hopefully we can go through whatever issue you're looking at, and we can help you and steer you in the right direction. I work with almost 36 different law enforcement agencies who are willing to jump on board at a moment's call. So again, be aware, be wary, and give us a call at the Scam Squad. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Welcome to Golden Years, Drew.
Hey, Lori, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to come on and join you today and talk about Habitat's Aging in Place program.
And I hear you're a newcomer to this position in Medina.
I am, yeah. I've been in my role as executive director for just over 3 months now. I joined the affiliate on December 2nd after serving as the vice president and chief development officer for Habitat for Humanity of Summit County for the last 6.5 years.
So 2 different big counties, right?
Yeah, 2 different counties, and it's been a really great transition and an opportunity to spend time focusing on the mission of Habitat and doing the work that Habitat does in the community that we live in. So it's been really great.
So you said that word mission. What is the mission of Habitat for Humanity?
Yeah, great question. So Habitat's mission calls for us to bring people together to build homes, community, and hope. That's our very literal mission statement. But I think moreover, what Habitat is really focused on is eliminating housing disparities in our community. So making sure that families have an opportunity to live in safe, affordable homes. So taking folks out of a position where they're cost burdened by what they're paying in housing costs each month. And so when we talk about cost burden, we're talking about families who are paying really more than 30% of their monthly income towards their housing costs. But the families that Habitat often sees are spending upwards of 50% of their monthly income on housing.
So is it an age decision or is it the money decision? How do you choose?
Yeah, great question. And I think that really kind of depends on whether you're talking about more of our traditional new home construction program. Everybody knows Habitat for hammers and hard hats and the pictures of volunteer groups out on the build site. And that is really more of a holistic look at income and housing need and housing conditions. When you talk about the Aging in Place program, though, it's more of a look at what can we do to help make sure that our senior homeowners in the county can remain in their homes and in their communities safely and independently, really for as long as they want to be. So it in terms of qualifications, it's kind of a dual track that depends on which program you're talking about.
And since the senior population is huge in any county, how do you choose people? I know people can apply, but what are the guidelines?
Yeah, so we are incredibly fortunate to be working with the Medina County Senior and Adult Services Office. Laura Toth and her staff
Great
have been...
group of people.
They are a great group of people. They have been instrumental, really, in helping our affiliates stand up at our Aging in Place program. They are the first point of contact for applicants looking to be supported through this program. So they do the intake and application, and then they send us those folks so we can get them into our construction schedule. So in terms of qualifications, we're just looking for senior homeowners. This is the one program that is kind of unique. Habitat is fundraising to cover the cost of all of these qualified repairers. So we don't have a repayment component like we might have with our traditional new home construction program, which has a mortgage attached to it. So in terms of if folks wanted to get involved or wanted to get themselves registered for the program, you'd want to reach out to Medina County Senior and Adult Services.
Okay.
So we are going into homes that are already owned by residents and helping to identify, I would say, the safety and mobility challenges that present a risk to them sort of staying in their home safely and independently. So I think a lot of times we're talking about things like homeowners needing grab bars in the bathroom, tub cuts, handrails, ramps to access the home are a lot of the common things that we see.
Is that a new part of it, or has
Yeah.
that always been, or is that new?
Yeah, so for us in Medina County, the Aging in Place program is still relatively new.
Okay.
The program was piloted in 2023. So on the scale, still very new. You know, we've been building new homes in this community since 1991. Aging in Place is a little bit newer, but in that time, we've completed 116 projects. So it's new, but we're moving quick and we're trying to make a really huge impact.
I was going to say, because my husband and I own GTB Medical in Brunswick for like forever, and I never knew a company or a nonprofit really could go into the houses and do that. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, and I will tell you, I think for Habitat affiliates, it has been part of a larger recognition that if we're going to be true to our mission of creating affordable housing and affordable home ownership opportunities, it's an understanding that for one family who might walk through our doors, it means that we need to get them in the pipeline for our new home ownership program. But for the person who comes in right after them, it might mean that they just need some help staying in a home that they already own. So maybe they need, a grab bar in the bathroom and some handrails outside or a ramp to get in and out of the house easier because they're in a home that they already own. So helping them stay there safely for as long as they want to is the most affordable thing that we can do for that family, for that homeowner.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed because I didn't know that part of it was. I thought it was only for like new people, with the issues, who are really out there, either ending up on the street and they don't have either like family members, to help them out.
Yeah, so we do have our new home construction program that does sort of meet that need, and that's for folks who have, I think, sort of larger, more systemic housing issues. Like I said, the situations where they're paying, their housing burden, their housing cost burden, or they're living in unsafe housing, unsafe neighborhoods, potentially facing homelessness. That's where that new home construction program really comes into play. Again, that signature, everybody's seen the pictures of volunteer groups out on a build site,
years,
raising walls and putting on siding.
Right.
So it really is a dual approach to making sure that our community has the kind of affordable housing options that really run the gamut and make sure that everybody who needs affordable housing assistance can get it.
Yeah. Medina County is a very giving county.
It is.
And seniors, should be very thankful because if there's a need, and the collaboration is terrific in Medina, I have always said that. So one nonprofit or profit, they all help each other.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the reality of it is that our housing situation, both here in Medina County and across the state of Ohio is such that we can't do it without partnerships, right?
Oh, yeah.
If we raised, if somebody came into my building today and said, hey, we want to give you $10 million, that truly would be a drop in the bucket in terms of addressing the need that exists in our community and across our state. It's that large. And as we look at our aging population, specifically here in Medina County, our county commissioners just commissioned a study on the demographic changes in our community over the next 25 years or so. And the truth of it is that we're going to continue to age for some time. So there's going to continue to be a very real and escalating need to support seniors who are living in our community so that they can stay in their homes.
Oh, yeah. And there are a lot of, how do I want to say, older children who are staying in the county because they're taking care of mom and dad.
That's
so
absolutely
they want to be close
correct.
to them.
Yeah, multi-generational households are a huge thing right now, and we see a lot of that, especially in our new home construction program. That's where we see a lot of that come into play. But as some of those older kids, as you mentioned, as they find that maybe inflation and housing costs have risen in a way that makes it difficult for them to save for a conventional mortgage loan. Again, that's another opportunity for Habitat to step in and be a help. But it also creates a situation where potentially their parents or their grandparents or the older adults that are living in the home with them, there's also an additional layer of safety concerns that we need to be considering for those folks as well.
So do you have a board, a committee, or a standard board of individuals from Medina County, from all areas, or?
Yeah, so we've got a tremendous board of trustees made up of folks who are living and working here in Medina County. We've got representation from, I think, a really diverse group of corporate partners here in the community.
That's good.
Community partners. Our faith community is a really critical component of Habitat's work. So we have a board that is incredibly supportive. They also make up our committee structure, so they help to really drive. They help to both set and drive the strategic plan for our organization, how we expand our programming. They were the group that has been instrumental in helping us stand up this Aging in Place program and look to build capacity and expand fundraising. So, for example, it was our board and our committees last year who helped us decide that we were going to take the revenue from our Pancakes for a Purpose fundraiser that we have every year on Thanksgiving with yours truly in Medina and dedicate that money to support Aging in Place. But I believe in the past, Pancakes for a Purpose has also supported hospice and Red Cross.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, because years ago I used to go to that.
Yeah.
And
well,
it was
you should come back next year.
I'll have to think about it, yes.
Yeah.
Because we used to go to my good friend Joyce, who moved on, God love her, rest her soul. Her and I would go to breakfast at yours truly in support. And then we would go over to the church and we would make the Thanksgiving meals for the shut-ins. So it was phenomenal. And we got the Rotary involved because they were the delivery team that they went to the houses. Great. So people who don't, have any family, they get a meal on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it's crowded. So there's a lot of people who come out on Thanksgiving morning to support and to have breakfast.
This was my first year, so I attended Pancakes for a Purpose actually just before I officially stepped into the role as executive director, and I was blown away. Yeah. We had people waiting outside the door at yours truly at 7 o'clock, 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ready for pancakes, and so it's just, again though, but that is really, I think, right back to what you said about the giving and partnering nature of our community, that folks want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and come have breakfast with us to help raise money for a program is just an incredible testament to the kind of community that we live in.
It is.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to take a quick break because we have a lot more to chat about.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal. love your mind. You're watching The Fact.
Welcome back to Golden Years. I am interviewing Drew Hall from Habitat of Humanity in Medina County. And let's talk about your
Restore.
Restore.
Yeah.
It is in the old
Hawkins Market.
Hawkins Market.
Yeah, so our Restore and our offices are located at 233 Lafayette Road in Medina. And as you said, it's the old Hawkins Market. In fact, in the short 3 months that I have been there, I've already had a couple of people come up and say, we really miss a Hawkins donut.
Yeah, did you bring him in?
It would have been a good opportunity. Unfortunately, that didn't work out that way, but I'm convinced that there are folks who come into the store who can still smell those Hawkins donuts. But yeah, so our Restore is a really incredible opportunity for our community to come in and shop discounted home goods and construction materials. And I can't have a conversation about our Restore without talking about our partners with Do It Best. They donate a really just an incredible amount of inventory to our store. So I think what's really cool about coming into our Restore is that you walk in and it feels like the neighborhood hardware store.
It does. Ben and I did the offsite in 2011, and I was amazed walking around the whole place on West Smith.
Yeah.
How many brands, items, tools, everything, couches, tables, everything. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it was terrific.
Yeah. So we're so blessed when it comes to the Restore. We offer a free residential pickup for folks who might have just gone out and bought a new couch. Well, give us a call. We'll come out. We'll stop by your house. Justin and Colin, our Restore truck drivers, go out and they pick all those donations up. They bring them back. We get them out on the sales floor, and then the revenue
Gently used.
Gently used. Yeah, we
Gently
do have some donation requirements that we'll walk through when you call to schedule your donation. But then all of those donations come back, they come out onto the Restore floor, and the revenue that's generated from our Restore helps to fund the mission of Habitat. And for most Habitat affiliates, Restore was really our first sort of step into raising money to expand our mission to serve more families. So Restore has historically played a critical role in the work that we do and continues to here in Medina County.
And how many square foot is Old Hawkins?
So I'm not sure how big the entire facility is. I know our store floor is about 25,000 square feet. So
that's big.
It's big, yeah.
It is big, yes.
It's big, but again, it retains that neighborhood hardware store feel. So you can come in and we've got sofas and recliners and dining room sets on one side, but then you can walk over and go through drill bits and plumbing elbows and all of the things that you might have found in your hardware store. It's a really great store with a great staff that is so committed to making sure that our customers have a great shopping experience and that our community understands how important a role Restore plays in our mission.
Oh, definitely. And you'll have the donuts maybe someday?
Hopefully someday. We're gonna have some food trucks this summer. I don't know that they're bringing donuts.
Goodness, how neat!
Yeah.
What an idea!
Yeah, we're gonna bring food. We've had some out in the past, but we're gonna bring food trucks out occasionally this summer, and really try to make it so that our customers can one-stop shopping. Come in, get your drill bits, grab a sandwich,
great idea.
Yeah, enjoy the southern part of Medina.
So how about volunteers?
Yeah,
who helps you out?
Yeah, great question. Volunteering is so essential to the work that we do at Habitat. We build homes using volunteer labor, right? It's critical to what we do. In fact, we just had Huntington Bank out this morning. They were helping us on the Restore, getting things out to the sales floor, and then we had another group of Huntington volunteers over at a new home build in Wadsworth. So they're really critical to the mission of Habitat. They allow us to continue to build homes and serve families and do it in a really cost-effective way.
So like how many homes do you build per
On
year?
average, we build between 3 and 4 homes a year. Yeah,
Wow.
3 and 4 new homes a year, and then our Aging in Place program, which I know we're trying to talk about our Aging in Place program. So the Aging in Place program served 37 homeowners last year. And like I said, we've 116 projects since the program was founded in 2023.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is just amazing. Amazing. So how about Mrs. Jones? Okay, she's sitting at home and she's like, this is really a great idea. How can I help if I can't physically help?
Yeah.
Do you take any donations, besides donations, monetary donations?
We do. So the Aging in Place program is a bit unique compared to our home ownership program, which has an affordable mortgage associated with it. We recognize that a lot of the families who are, or a lot of the homeowners that are applying for this Aging in Place program, if they had the financial resources to make these repairs and modifications to their home, they'd be doing it. So our team goes out and raises the funds that we need to cover the cost of these qualified repairs. So if somebody's sitting at home today wondering, how can I be a part of this? How can I help? Visit our website, and we would be honored if folks who are watching this and wanted to get involved would make a gift to support the program, because the more funds that we raise, the more families we can serve this year.
Okay, and it all stays in Medina County, and you're helping your neighbor.
Yep, all stays right here in Medina County to serve families and homeowners living here in this community.
So let me ask you this, okay? When you choose a person for the house,
Yep.
do you take a person with like 4 kids versus a single person? What's the criteria?
Yeah, so for our new home construction program, we're not necessarily looking at the family size, though we do see a lot of families who apply for that. We're looking at things like, does the family earn between 30 and 80% of area median income? What does their debt to income ratio look like? And we're not trying to be punitive when we look at those things. We're not trying to make it harder for families to get into the program. What we really want to do, though, is be really intentional about making sure that as we help a family transition out of what might be a rental property into their mortgage, that we're setting them up to be successful as homeowners. And part of that means making sure that we and they feel comfortable taking on a mortgage payment. That's a big commitment, and so we want to do what we can to make sure that those families are well positioned to succeed. So again, we're not looking necessarily at the family size. We're looking at some other qualifications that I think for most folks would feel pretty similar to the process that they went through when they got their mortgage loan with whoever they're banking with. And then on the Aging in Place side of things, we see a lot of single applicants. So and then home couples.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's interesting. Okay, how about you want the community to help out?
Yeah.
Do you have any fundraisers on your calendars?
We do. Great question, and thank you for the opportunity. So on Thursday, May 7th, we'll be hosting our annual Blueprints and Blue Jeans fundraiser. It is as close to a gala as you will ever find a Habitat affiliate doing, I think. We want you to come out in your blue jeans, right there in the title, and we mean it. Come out in your blue jeans. Hear from some of the families that we're serving, or maybe a homeowner that we built a home from. Learn about the impact that we've created together. And that is, I think that is so true with Habitat. Everything that we do is together. It is with the donors and the volunteers and the community members who show up to change lives collectively and together. So our Blueprints and Blue Jeans fundraiser, Thursday, May 7th. It's at Williams on the Lake. Tickets are available on our website, so you can visit our website, grab your tickets. If you're a company out there and you're looking at how you might want to allocate your sponsorship budget, we are also accepting sponsorships, all one-stop shopping on our website, so you can visit that page and grab your tickets today and join us for a casual evening, but one that supports a really important cause.
Okay, so it's not, is it dancing? Is it just social evening?
Yeah, it's a social networking. Nobody wants to see me dancing, so it's a social evening. We've got some really great raffle baskets that we'll have. We've got an auction. What's that?
Sideboards.
Sideboards?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to teach me about those off the air.
I just went to a fundraiser last week for MMHA.
Okay.
Okay. It was phenomenal. I mean, people had deep pockets. I mean, people were just spending money. So, like I said, the collaborative that goes on in Medina County, if you have a great program helping everybody helps everybody, people will deep into their pockets and give. They'll support.
It is, again, that incredibly generous spirit in this community that allows us to serve families, and it allows organizations like Habitat and organizations like MMHA, to do the work that we do every day. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what good advice do you want to give my seniors? Make that phone call?
Yeah, make that phone call. Reach out to Laura Toth and Kim Mull at Medina County Senior and Adult Services. We want to help, right?
You want to stay in your home and be safe.
Right. We want families to feel like they have the opportunity to stay in their home and to do it safely and for as long as they want to be there, right? We know that, if a homeowner feels like they're obligated to leave the home, oftentimes that means maybe they've got to sell that house and move into a nursing home, and or move in with their kids, and my parents lived with me. They don't want to do it again, right? Once was enough.
I heard that story.
We want people to know that there is an opportunity and that there is support out there to help. So call Medina County Senior and Adult Services. They'll get you connected to Habitat, and we can get sort of I guess maybe it makes some sense to talk a little bit about what that sort of onboarding process looks like. So you make that call to Medina County Senior and Adult Services. They're going to get some basic information from you. They're then going to refer you over to our office. We're going to get you on our construction schedule, and you're going to hear from Gordon and Tyler in our Aging in Place program. They're going to come out, do a scope of work where they sort of marry the list of things that you said in your application you needed with what they see in the home, and find a way to move forward and address as many of those needs as we can.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Man, Drew, I'm so glad I interviewed you today.
And I appreciate the opportunity. The Aging in Place program, I think, is still a bit of a hidden secret in our community.
It's a big hidden secret.
Hopefully, after today, it'll be significantly less of a secret.
Yes. So, Mrs. Jones, if you're out there thinking that you have to get out of your house and you need that ramp, give Habitat a call.
Give us a call.
Well, first you have to call Laura.
Well, if you call us, we'll get you connected to Laura,
all
too.
right.
So,
The connections. Great connections in
Yeah,
Medina County. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
And thank you for watching Golden Years this month, and we'll see you next month.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.